The prehistoric man Piko hasn't eaten in over a month. He refuses to consume weak prey. This has scientists seriously worried. When martial artist Piko saw the news, he decided to offer himself as food to Piko. With one condition, he gets to fight this caveman first. When Retsu arrived at the arena, Piko sensed a powerful opponent. For the first time, he took a fighting stance. With his terrifying strength, Piko sent Retsu flying with just one move. Retsu figured the primitive man was all brute force, no technique. If he used his 4,000-year-old martial arts, victory would come easy. He kicked Piko in the face, swept his legs, then followed up with a devastating strike. Retsu thought those hits would take Piko down, but a caveman's body is built completely different. His skull is 4 inches thick. Those attacks didn't even faze him. The only reason Piko was crying was because he was moved by finally finding food. In a flash, Piko struck Retsu square in the forehead at lightning speed, knocking him out cold. Retsu became Piko's meal. The intense pain jolted him awake, and he attacked Piko again. But martial arts without enough raw power couldn't defeat Piko. Retsu's body took another brutal hit, but what hurt worse was his pride. 4,000 years of martial arts tradition seemed insignificant compared to 200 million years of evolution. He couldn't accept that his refined technique was losing to a caveman with nothing but brute strength. When Retsu attacked again, he abandoned his martial arts and just threw wild punches. But the techniques were so ingrained in his body that he instinctively used them to defend against Piko's strikes. That's when the spirit of his martial arts appeared before him. It couldn't bear watching Retsu face defeat alone. Telling him to let go of the burden of defending martial arts honor, just surrender his body completely to the technique. Piko sensed the man before him had found new resolve, so he unleashed an even fiercer assault. But Retsu dodged easily and counterattacked his vital points. Letting go of his inner conflict, Retsu put complete faith in his martial arts. He grabbed Piko's hair with his foot, yanked him to the ground, then pummeled his head with hands and knees. The prehistoric Piko finally went down. Retsu figured he'd just given Piko a concussion, but the next second, Piko stood right back up. His brain wasn't affected at all. Nearby, a scientist explained that he'd done a full examination of Piko and found his skeletal structure was incredibly developed, similar to what you'd only find in large 4-legged animals. Young Piko must have walked on all fours, which is why he could take nuclear-level impacts without injury. Now Piko dropped to the ground in a fighting stance. Retsu understood Piko was about to go all out, so he prepared his most powerful attack, the cannon punch, to meet Piko's full force head-on. The next instant, Piko charged like a cannonball toward Retsu. The moment they collided, Retsu was sent flying into the wall, knocked unconscious. 4,000 years of Chinese martial arts ultimately lost to a primitive man.